Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another video on JavaScript methods and events in 30 days challenge. Today we are going to be looking at the submit event. And basically, the submit event occurs when a form is submitted, either by clicking a submit button or by calling the submit method. Well, before we actually move on, let me show you what I have inside my index.html file. So right here, I have an h1 tag with some text, and inside my form tag, I have two divs, and the divs contains the label tag and then the input tag. So for the input tag, I have the ID of username and then the ID of password, and just below the divs, I have a button called submit, and then the type is submit. This is what we're going to click for us to trigger the functionality. So after that, I have another div right here that contains two h1 tags. And inside the h1 tags, I have two spans tag with a class name of username value and user password. So basically, in this span tag, this is where we are going to place the value that is coming from the input. So inside my CSS file, I have added some styles for us to have a nice layout, which is very cool. And back to my JavaScript file. So what we need to do now is to select my form ID. So to get started, I will create a variable called form, and then I will assign it to document.querySelector, and in here I need to select my form tag. So now, what do we want to do? We want to add our event listener to the form, and in here we need to pass in the submit event, and now we need to go with our callback function. So now that everything is in place, we need to access a property from the event object. So I'll pass a parameter called event, and what we want to do is to go with event.preventDefault, and then I will invoke the function. So basically, this is going to prevent us from the page to load automatically after clicking on this button. So that is the usefulness of this code. So the next thing that we have to do is to select our input tag. So to do that, I'll go with const. Now I'll go with username, and it's going to be equals to document.querySelector, and the ID of our input tag is username, and then we have the password. So inside my JavaScript file, I will go with username, just like that, and then we are going to access the value. So I'll do the same thing for our password as well. So I'll go with const password, just like that, and the ID is going to be password. So before we actually place the element right here, let's see what you'll be getting in the console. So I'll go with username and then password, just like that. So refresh the web page. I will navigate to my console in here, and now I will try to add some values, and immediately I click on this button, we should get something in the console, just like that. We have the name and we have the password. Life is great. So now that we are able to get something from the input, so the next thing that we have to do is to select our span tags that has the class name of username value and user password. For us to actually do that, I will just select the class name using the document.querySelector, and in here all I have to do is to go with user name value. That is my class name, I guess, and then I'm going to set the inner HTML of that value to username, the variable that we have right here. So we need to do the same thing for the password as well. So I'll go with user password. I believe that is the name. User password. So back to my JavaScript file. If I refresh my web page and try to add some values, you can see we should actually get something right here, but I think we made some mistakes. Okay. We need to pass in the password to this place, and I believe that the username is incorrect, so let's check it out. username value, and just like that. Let's copy it, navigate back to my JavaScript file and paste it right there. So if I refresh the web page and try to add some values inside my input, we should get the values right here. So basically, this is how to use the submit event. There is more to it, but these are the basics of how to use the submit event. So guys, I hope you've learned something from this video. If you do, make sure that you stay updated and never miss a day. So guys, with that being said, I'll see you in our next video.